effects of globalism according to Steger, but let us first analyze the difference between the following terminologies: globality, globalization, and globalism. Firstly, globality signifies a future social condition characterized by deep economic, political, and cultural interconnection and global flows that makes currently existing political borders and economic barriers irrelevant. Next, globalization should be confined to a set of complex, sometimes contradictory, social processes that are changing our current social condition based on the modern system of independent nation-states. And lastly, the efforts made by globalists at contesting the master concept globalization went hand in hand with a rising political belief system referred to as globalism.
Now, let us discuss the 6 core claims of globalization. Claim 1. Globalization is about the liberation and global integration of markets. It refers to the opening of national markets and integration of production and increased operations. Liberalization simply means that nation-states are not able to influence exports and imports of goods and capital. Markets integration, on the other hand, happens when pricing in different places or for similar items follow these similar trends over time. Group of items frequently move in proportion to one another, and when this happens, relationship is highly obvious throughout distinct marketplace. The market are said to be integrated. Claim 2. Globalization is inevitable and irreversible. Globalization is an irreversible process due to rising demand in all aspects of globalized markets from both developed and developing countries. And various countries' economic policies have stifled the impetus for their own economies to advance, debunking the concept of economic globalization as a primary and avoidable phenomenon. Claim 3. Nobody is in charge of globalization. Nowadays, globalization is a reality for business worldwide because it has been changed the way that many companies work and approaching their operation. And nobody is in charge of globalization because most of the countries are very possessive on their own economy. The impact and implications of nobody's in charge of globalization to the society is that globalization the most powerful and overriding ideology of our time. However, we do have other major ideologies that place a huge impact on our future. These include economical finances, which I believe is a building block of globalism. It takes one large corporation to sink causing the global economy to fall, resulting in change.
Globalization benefits everyone in the long run. It's widely believed that increased globalization ends up in greater process for all parties. Globalization lifts developing countries out of poverty. The global trade and free market has the potential to bring wealth and prosperity to everyone. There is also an increase in rapid dissemination of knowledge, technological innovations, and growth of skills jobs, which provide great opportunities not just in our own countries, aside from all over countries also. Claim 5. Globalization furthers the spread of democracy in the world. Globalization spread democracy by putting pressure on authoritarian regimes or by encouraging non-democratic countries to practice liberalism, individuals, or the market to benefit from their government control. Globalization and advancement, it is said that because democratic countries always more open citizens but also to citizens of other countries. Claim 6. Globalization requires a global war on terror. The 6th claim attests that economic globalization also features militaristic and nationalistic ideas. This is primarily led by the 9/11 attack on the United States, which resulted in incalculable consequences for domestic politics and world affairs. Concurrently, the global war on terror also evinces a paradoxical nature as regards to its implications. It states that ending global terror does not entail globalization's collapse, implying that it is less important compared to the previous claims. On contrary, if global terror happens to be a continuous issue, then it can be magnified the gravity.
After learning the background of the 6 core claims of globalism, we will be presenting the perspective of our group members. Viewers are also encouraged to answer this question. Which among the 6 claims of globalism do you disagree with and why? Our group disagree with Steger's second claim, which is globalization is inevitable and irreversible. There is a profound background for the rise of reverse globalization. The most prominent is the inequality with regards to social distribution and uneven development among nations. The finding of French economist Thomas Piketty in this regard deserves special attention. Piketty believes that if the return on capital is much higher than the economic growth rate over a relatively long period, the risk of wealth distribution differentiation will become considerable. Globalization has made social justice a more daunting task, which is a universal problem around the world. The richest 1% of the world's population own more wealth than the remaining 99%. Inequality in income distribution and uneven development space are worrying. President Xi said in a keynote speech at the World Economic Forum. That being said, it is indisputable that there is a rampant backlash against the spread of globalization worldwide, especially in the far-right forces on the political ecology of France, Germany, Italy, and major European countries. Moreover, protectionism and nationalism have also emerged to varying degrees, evincing the trends of reverse globalization, anti-globalization, or deglobalization, or deglobalization. Thank you.